We purchased the eLaser Pro 3D version from ETemplate back in 2015. Some of the main reasons that we decided to go ahead and make the investment is to help increase the accuracy and precision of the field dimensions that we were getting from the job sites. Also being able to import that information directly into AutoCAD really helped with the efficiency. Being able to take that information and turn it into a project that we could start drawing on immediately has really helped. The time that we spend in our drawings has been reduced substantially. Also being able to take that information and have a huge amount of confidence when we're building these projects, when they're fitting them into very unique spaces, that the way that the final product will fit is just phenomenal. I would highly encourage you to think about making the investment for your business.
So here at the Heirloom Companies, we've kind of become known to be the company that you call if you have something complicated, something that a lot of other people can't do, something that is a lot of moving parts. And Heirloom has gained a reputation over the years of being able to pull these things off. And a lot of the reason that we can pull these things off is, number one, our people. We have a great team here that works hard to do the best that they can do, and part of them being able to do the best that they can do is having the right tools. So we have found a lot of success in a lot of the very complicated things that we do in using the ETemplate laser system. Everything from staircases, be they new or remodel. We've used it for structural walls. We have found almost unlimited possibilities as to what we can do with this system because of the functionality it has.
This is an extremely complicated stair to put a rail on. This rock was all in place when we got there. And you can see not only is it two different splines, as it were, that are coming down around this staircase. There are different pitches, there are different curves, there are bumps, there's just a little bit of everything going on with this. And they wanted a very flowing rail. They also wanted the rail to really reflect the staircase. So obviously that brings about a lot of challenges. And like I said, being able to get up there and do a multi-stage shoot with a laser, I set up first on a mid-landing about in the middle of the upper part of the stair and shot that, and had a couple points that I could reshoot so that I could then take the laser and set it up again on the second landing, shoot those points that I set up the first time, and then shoot again. And then what we were able to do from there is bring those two shots into one consistent drawing. And you can see the end result here. It really turned out spectacular.
Typically, if it's a complicated measure, whereas we used to take out wood templates and go back and forth 3 or 4 times, now we found that we can take this laser out to a job site. We can shoot the area that we're trying to shoot. We bring it in to the AutoCAD department. The AutoCAD department has become really adept at understanding what this laser has picked up.
Put them together and then shot these 3 pieces that are 3 separate radii, shot it together, and then imported it into the drawing and said, okay, something's different, so how do we adjust here? Well, we never would have picked that up had it not been for being able to shoot it with the laser.
This is a steel structure. It's about 40 feet tall. It's about 65 feet long, and every one of those is a rolled tube. What we had to do is take the ETemplate laser system out to this job site, and we had to shoot the building. And we had these very specific points that we had to hit, and they're not the same elevation, they're not the same plane. This is about as complicated as I think that I've done for a laser shoot with this system. What I did, like I said, was I went out and I shot the building, I shot this office, I shot the footings, and I brought it back into our AutoCAD office, and we compared what the architect drew as to what I actually shot. And we did have to make some significant changes due to the laser shoot. So that right there pretty much saved this project from the outset. To be able to actually have a physical representation of what is actually on site as compared to what was intended by the architect was priceless.
So we can actually see the detail of the height of the building. The building actually has an arch to the top of it, turns, comes to the right, and then arches again, and there's a separate height from here. these are the walls that actually got shot. I ended up drawing it in 3D so we could see what it is. So comparing this, that allowed us to be able to place all the structural steel that we did for this big entranceway. Start looking at the stuff. We do a template laying out how this steel is going to go. So of course these squares are columns going up at different heights, and then these are a big curved beam on top, and then coming back into the building. This is the top view, like I said, of the current structure that's out there. You can see how it actually is offset, and we're tucking this into it. But the laser shoot allowed us to, of course, get the walls. We did the templates outside the shop, and then we put all these columns in at what we believe were the correct height. Then what happened is we had Zach go into our shop and, of course, do a laser shoot showing in 3 dimensions how that big curved line was going to be. You can see that as I turn it up. So he shot the top of the tube and the bottom of the tube at the time that we tried to lay that down on there to see how it was actually going to be put together. We did an initial shoot where it wasn't at the full height, it wasn't all connected together, it was just a few pieces. And then we actually did an additional shoot after that to get the continuation of that beam. And you can see, or hopefully you can see these little points. Those are actually points that we decided from the get-go, from referencing from the original shoot to the next shoot, to be able to put this back together. So if we have those separate points, we can always take 2 different shoots, put them together, and know that they're going to match up. You can see each one of these individual tubes was different sections that we ended up putting together here in the shop. And like I said, we had to cut them apart and put it back together on site because it was such a large sculpture for the entryway. This is me laying it on top of the template like I talked about. You see each shot where Zach shot the top and the bottom of the beam. Without the laser, we could have never done this.
And getting more and more comfortable with the functionality that the laser has and the accuracy that the laser has, what we do now is we basically build our structures almost fully complete, so as much as we possibly can, and take them out on the job site. So that cuts down all which it's always more efficient to build in the shop, always. So it's raised our efficiency a lot.
So this is another interesting project that we found a lot of success in using the laser to gather information. This is a staircase that's going in what used to be a mall, which is now a school. They're expanding the school, so during the summer, we have a very short window to build this new staircase in an existing building. As you can imagine, this being a mall, a former mall, and now a school, the structure is extremely important. Structural issues are extremely important. So what we're able to do is actually go in and shoot our structural points with the ETemplate laser system, so that we know that what we build in the shop, we can take out in basically 2 pieces, almost fully finished, and set them in place and then fit just like they're supposed to. So this is actually the area that the staircase is going in. Where this gentleman standing here, the staircase goes up to this wall, it turns, and it goes up to this window right here, which will actually be a door. So obviously this is a little bit intimidating when you look at this and you go, okay, I have to swing a staircase into this area. I don't know where any of the structural is. I don't know any of this stuff. So I'll show you in the next picture how we accomplish this with the ETemplate system. So what we asked the general contractor to do was open up very specific areas for us that we could actually physically shoot with the laser, the structural steel that's existing in the walls. Therefore, we could reverse engineer our staircase and get it signed off with an engineer and know exactly what's going to happen when we got there. So this was actually another multi-stage shoot where we went out and basically picked a couple points that were going to be our benchmark points for this whole job, no matter how many times we went out to shoot this area. So we shot it, I want to say I shot this 2 times as we were developing kind of a design build staircase here. So again, having to do this without the laser would have been very, complicated, time-consuming, and nowhere near as confidence inspiring as where we are now. And we'll take you out to the shop and show you the physical staircase that we're building.
So as you can see, we're building the staircase pretty much to completion. So when we go out to the job site, these two pieces will basically just pop together. And I love to make it sound that easy, but there's no way we would ever try to take it this far in the shop if we didn't have the confidence that we have with having taken the laser out on site and knowing the points that we're going to hit here and the points that we're going to hit in the back of the stair over there are going to hit the existing structural just right. This gives us the efficiency to take this as far as we can, which is almost all the way. And really just by the time we get on site, we're going to put it together, we're going to weld it together, we're going to drop the corrugated in the landings, we will do some touch-up, and we'll be able to walk away within 2 days. So that ability is priceless to us, and it has raised our profit margin by an extreme degree. I can take the laser out to the job site and with a lot of confidence take one shot of it and know that I'm right. So you're talking about an extreme amount of efficiency that we've gained right there. The money that we are not spending on multiple trips out to the job site, and not just that, but the confidence level that we have and the mistakes that you make in loss and in translation of information of going out to the job site with templates multiple times. There's going to be things that you're going to miss. There's going to be things that are going to get transposed incorrectly. Whereas with the laser, one shot and it's right.